Hello and welcome back to my Let's Play of the Maanid Caliphate, which is currently still dealing with the overextension from earlier, but not as badly. It's only all this now, and all these provinces that I need like another few techs worth admin points to call. So, Ethiopia, that's a bit ambitious, isn't it? Like, I wish there was a way to tell the development apart from checking a certain thing where you go into the game and I can't describe it now. Where you go into the game and just click on other nations before you start up. That's how I've confirmed Ethiopia has like 400 development. Lithuania's over 1,000, but is yet to become an empire due to their prestige, which is horrible. Russia is already at empire level, Tsardom. Poland is only around 500 development. France has become an empire. It's got around 1,400 development. Delhi only has around 600. Hindustan has a little bit more, and Ming has around 1,500. But I've got by far the highest, with 1,800 or so. So, I've got the amount required, so I think I'm going to actually go for this guy. And he actually increases national tax anyway, so he actually pays himself off to some extent. So he'll still make 20 with this guy, who costs 23 and I was making 38 before. So, he's worth it. And he gives 3 extra admin points. So that's just going to speed up everything, isn't it? I just got to get everything called though. Look at Aragon here, being a big fat nation. Wow, okay then. That's not nice. My king just fell over and died. Not good. My kings always like this to fall over and die. This guy is not an administrator, but my Regency Council is. So I'm going to have to make full use of the Regency Council in the 6 or 5 years I'm going to have it. To just call either as many of the provinces as possible and get as close as I can to the next tech. Because the maximum amount of time they could be in now is 6 years. There's 12 months a year, 12 times 6. So 72 times 13 equals at least 700 points. Did Lithuania take this province? Oh wow. Hi Lithuania. He's got back into positive prestige, but I think he either has to reach 75 or 90 to be able to rank himself up to empire. And why would you leave this? Just why? That isn't nice. But either way, I was checking Serbia because I want to see what they were like, because they've gained a lot of land and they've actually managed to get most of it under their control, quite reliable. And well, they've got around 200 development, which is around, I think around the half region, 250 or so they had. In Poland and around 500. So they could technically, once all this is like stabilised, they could possibly go on to conquer more lands and become stronger than Poland. Which would be something interesting to see, wouldn't it? Now all these techs cost at least a certain amount. Now I can go up to max speed again. Sorry, I've got a bit of a cold as well. So, Tunisian. So if I gain at least 700 points, because I could potentially call a province of this level each year, so I should be able to get at least most of them done. But my next king is not a good administrator at all. And he should feel disappointed in himself for that. Now, since I've taken a lot of land off Portugal recently, I'm not going to be able to take any more for a little bit. But it should be okay. I could do the create an army for our nation mission now. I think I will. Though the reward isn't exactly what I would want, but okay. 75% is over 200 though, so yeah. So the late period army, in comparison to that, God, is it lagging? Yep, it is. I generally build mine like this. And I think it is about time that I begin using late period armies. So I'd need to add 4 infantry. Now, since it's peacetime, I can wait for the infantry to build, so I'm just going to build them all in the same province. This will actually help how long it takes for money to come in. As with the cav. And finally, 4 more cannons. It's massive gold I've got. Well, not massive gold, but it is like being a bit of a pain in the ass since my nose keeps getting blocked and such. I think you could probably hear it right now. Gonna call the most expensive one there. There's 2 armies down there. Where's the other? Oh yeah, you're still over there. That's not a good thing. So there's... Now, let's see. 1 army going up. Now 2. I am adding extra cav, but that's mainly because I can. And I like the composition. I think the cav does help balancing it a bit. Now, if I can afford those 3 going up, and now I can afford the next 3, because it does cost quite a bit. Afghanistan broke free? Is the Timurids breaking apart? Yep, they are. This one could be better because national tax modifier overall. Look at that. Lovely. But if that goes below 17, I already know that I can't sustain it. Or at least can't sustain new armies on such a big scale. Well, that is a lot more in terms of strength though, because it means I shouldn't need to merge my armies as often to siege provinces or such. Now, either way, these provinces over here, I'll probably do it in Kev. Now, if I can't sustain it, I'm going to have to think about a way to deal with it. And quite frankly, possibly the best way to deal with it would to be with that advisor. He does increase the amount of money I make, but the amount of money I make in comparison to how much he costs is less. Now I've got 3 more years of a very good admin before big Purcell takes the throne, really. And I'll be able to get all the cores set up and ready to be finished. And now I've already discussed in the past what I think I'll do for my next Let's Play. But at this point, I think what I'm going to do is play something that I regularly wouldn't. And that's a HRE minor. But then again, I have thought about playing in India or other such areas. But I definitely want to be making use of the development mechanic as a relatively weak nation to begin overcoming stronger ones. So an idea could potentially be one of the HRE miners, and mainly in the north. In particular, I am thinking about... I could go with the really overpowered nation of Ulm, but why would I? Wait, what is this? Wales? No, that's Holland invading Great Britain. Okay then. Still not what you see every day. Now, the cost is... Yep, I can't even afford that. So I'm going to have to think of a way to increase my amount of money. Some of the armies are not going to upgrade. I'm actually going to remove an army, or rather, merge this temporarily. Get rid of the leader, since I found a bug where if you delete an army with a leader on it, sometimes it'll go weird. Not really sure how to describe it, and I'm not bothered by it. Ooh, Kef, thank you! All the conversion. But that's given me some more money. And I've gone down from that exceptional year modifier. So I am indeed making a more true representation of how much money I make now. And God, my loans are massive. That is impressive. But either way, the cannons in these armies are about to finish, and these ones down here have finished their cannons already. The cannons are the most expensive part. Now, I'm going to want to finish this missionary work, yeah. So that'll be able to be done next month. And well, now my military might is much higher, though my economy is a lot weaker. I'm still making some profit, but it has decreased a considerably big amount. Now I'm going to ignore you lot. So it looks like the military has lost an army, but is still stronger than before due to an increased amount of soldiers per army. That does reduce the amount of tactical maneuvers I can do, namely amount of sieges or such I can do at once, but I believe it is worth it, since they'll fight better overall. And I can either go for a balanced unit, or I can go for this, the more attack-based unit or the balanced unit. I'm going to go for the balanced one. Now, there's only one more set of units I can unlock from the infantry group as well. Eastern New Model Infantry. And their main advantage over this is, while the shock decreases, the morale increases in both areas, hence they're more resistant to losing morale and such. Now this new, I'm going to refer to this as a new model army, or late game army. Now I can afford all this, though I'm barely making a profit, and didn't Ethiopia What? Didn't you announce me as your rival earlier? How you... Look, everyone's army is weaker than me. Lithuania's especially. Can you gain a stability? Or I can gain a lot of prestige. And the prestige is currently going up, so I think I'll go for this. And get the stability. And that trading... the tech cost is not bad either. So let's see. He's about to come to the throne, so I'm about to lose this pretty awesome regency, which gives considerable amounts of certain things. And I guess this is going to take forever instead of just 2 years. It'll probably take something like 5 or... It's going to take a lot more now, though. A lot more time. My economic ideas have been completed as well, so that's quite good. The only advantage of this guy is his immense military level. He'll be able to, likely, enable me to finish quality ideas and get the next tech pretty fast. And his air is pretty nice as well. Denouncement sect practices, get some minus unrest. Let's see, this will take just a year longer. It's mainly due to the advisor, I believe. No, not just a year longer, but it does take a while longer. But I do still have the potential to get it. Serbia's still having some rebel problems. Now, who shall I invade next? I can either try and finish off Telemecan, who's currently at war with Portugal. You know, I'll allow him to take all of this, if he can, and then I'll take all of it from him. Because he hasn't got any good allies, has he? No, he hasn't got cores over that area. He's got cores over me, but does it really matter? Like, Portugal has cores over me too, but they're not going to declare war on me because I'm so terrifying to them, I guess. So, I'm going to make my rival... Now, Ethiopia just wants to die. They haven't built a navy for some reason. No, that's Delhi. Whoops. Delhi's got a weaker army than me, but Ethiopia is the much easier one to deal with because I doubt they'll do much. Plus I can just issue an embargo on them now. And I won't be affected because they do take some of the trade from the region down there. Namely the Gulf of Aden. But if I annoy them like that, they should back. That should increase my income a little. So my heir is a 263, so he's got better skills in the diplomatic and definitely the administrative department. 2 more than his father. Or rather, I would think that this is his older brother. But he has half the military skill, which is still pretty good because that's average level. I'd happily move one of the points from Diplo to Admin to make it a 353, but I can't do that. Wow, Telemecan, you got wrecked. And Portugal won. Wait, Tuscany, you want an alliance? You currently... Your rivals with France. I don't fancy fighting France. Sorry. But I just don't. So I guess I'll prepare my units for war against Telemecan, who's only allied to Messina at this point. Mercantilism, more money. Yum yum. Messina I'm not too worried about. Though they are still sub-Saharan, and they're 5 techs behind, so that's why I'm not worrying. This war should be fast and decisive. And I can also put this very good man here on the front. Now I'm going to go and attack their capital directly. Try and siege up Telemecan entirely. Now, Messina has joined the war and has to get access to Timbuktu. And boy, is this an easy place to siege. It's only got a capital fort. It provides some resistance, but not enough. At least for a long period of time. So their walls have just been breached. They're screwed, basically, at this point. Now, put this simply, you got to die. My main advantage against Portugal is, well, Portugal no longer is allied with Aragon. Plus he is currently at war with Hindustan, Castile. Castile's gonna kick his ass into next week, likely. Unless France intervenes. But either way, I'm going to fabricate on that and take that next war. And let's see, is this next tech? There's only 2 more techs to go. And I hope to reach them before the 1800s, which is nearing the end of the game. And, well, this war I'll finish, and then the episode will end, but it's mainly taking war score at this point, which is a big issue. But I think I'll see you next episode, where we finish off this war and likely begin another one with Portugal to take Morocco. And hence, unite North Africa under the rule of the Caliphate. I'll see you then.